Welcome back to the channel, hope you're all keeping well. So it's game day, Bayern Munich v Tottenham Hotspur, Tottenham's last pre-season friendly before that Super Cup game and of course the Premier League season starting Saturday week. No, I'm not at the fun fair today, I'm actually here to visit the former stadium of Bayern Munich. So as I mentioned on yesterday's episode, Bayern Munich haven't played here for 20 years. They moved to the Allianz Arena in 2005. And it is understood that we can actually go in and have a look here for the price of around €3. So €3.50 to gain entry here. The type of stadium where you'd have a fantastic view no matter where you sat. So this stadium was actually built for the 1972 Olympics here in Germany, and this was Bayern Munich's home between 1972 and 2005. This stadium is still in use for concerts and athletics. And in a building right next door to this stadium, they have a swimming pool, and they also use it for netball. So the next view I'm going to show you is at the very top of the stadium. So these seats seem a lot more modern compared to the other ones I just showed. I've got to admit right now I'm holding on for dear life. We are quite high up here. What a view of the pitch. Incredible. As you can see, it is so steep, and the stadium on the other side is just so open. If it was pouring down with rain, you'd be okay here, but not on the other side. So look at the old scoreboard here. Now, just been talking to a number of Germans, they absolutely love and adore this stadium and have very, very fond memories here, having won the World Cup at this ground in 1974. So I'm literally rushing to go now to the Allianz Arena to watch the Bayern Munich v Spurs friendly. But I tell you what, I'd like a little bit of extra time here, so next time Spurs do face Bayern Munich at the Allianz, I will visit here again and do a more detailed video, but well worth the €3.50 entrance fee. So yes, one day I will return, but I'm not sure about doing this. These guys are just about to walk across the roof. Good luck with that. What a lovely place to visit. So just before I go to the ground, time for a quick hot dog, time for a quick German sausage. Now look at the size of this. That was absolutely delicious, absolutely beautiful, and I tell you what, probably don't need to eat now for at least until the Super Cup final next week against PSG. So time for a quick beer or two before the match. I've got Loy with me all the way from Indonesia, now living in Germany. Loy, how are you feeling right now as a Tottenham Hotspur fan?
Actually, I was kind of excited with the game, but I'm not really confident, to be fair, because we face against Bayern Munich and all the injuries that we're facing right now. It's kind of unfortunate for us, but hopefully we can get the win.
It's fair to say it's going to be a huge test for Tottenham today.
Surely. It needs to be like the test before our Super Cup, because if we can get this pass, surely we can defeat PSG. It's no problem.
Now, João Palhinha and Matisse Tel return here to Bayern Munich. How are you feeling about the signing of Palhinha?
Oh, Palhinha, I think he was really massive. Like, we really need this kind of player, like the player who can take the ball and who can control the ball. It was really massive signing for me, I think.
Will you be pleased to see Harry Kane again?
Not really in Bayern Munich shirts, but hopefully he won't score again as today. Hopefully he won't. What
have you made of Tottenham's pre-season so far, and what have you made of the appointment of Thomas Frank?
I think our pre-season is quite well. It needs to be better, but I'll give Frank like a few weeks or so. Let's see the next future for him.
Now, a lot of people, particularly online at the moment, Tottenham fans are quite worried about the transfer window. What is your take on the transfer window? Do you think that Tottenham can get some big signings over the line in the next couple of weeks?
Hopefully. We really need that, especially after the injury from Madison. We really need the number 10. And we also need a new replacement for Sonny. But if we didn't get one, surely we'll be in trouble.
What are your thoughts on Heung-min Son leaving just before the season starts?
No, but it was really sad, because I hope he can stay like one more season or at least until the Super Cup final, but it is what it is then. He's gone. We need to move on.
Did you watch the press conference of him in the LA press conference?
Yeah, I watched it. And it feels like he's still us. He's still one of us, I think. It's kind of different, you know?
Yeah.
It's a different feelings.
What do you want to see from this Tottenham Hotspur team today? Because, of course, that Super Cup final is less than a week away now.
Today, not gonna lie, I just want to see like not really an attractive football, but I just want to see us how can we do it well under pressure. Like today against all the home team here, like the home fans is really crazy, really massive, and how can we handle it? I want to see that one.
Now, you're from Indonesia. Tell us how you've become a Tottenham fan, and now you're living in Germany, studying here. What's it like living in Munich?
Munich, it was a really crazy city. It was really beautiful. But yeah, if I never go to Munich, I never watch Tottenham. It was really happy.
What are your hopes and dreams for next season?
I'm not really sure about trophy, to be fair. So maybe just top four, better top four. It was quite okay if we can finish top four for this season. I think so. Because I'm not really sure with our team today.
Lloyd, thank you so much. And Tottenham could win a trophy. Because a trophy is up for grabs, the Telecom Cup. See you soon. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Really hard, man.
So inside the stadium now they haven't done an away end, so it's completely mixed. So all of the Spurs fans are amongst the Bayern Munich supporters.
29 Mathematasa und die 30 Roten Nico Betancourt, last but not least in der Startelf, die 37. Schlusspfiff. Der FC Bayern gewinnt dieses Freundschaftsspiel, den Telekom gegen Tottenham Hotspur mit 4:0. Danke, dass ihr da wart. Kommt alle gut nach Hause. In 2 Wochen startet die Bundesliga mit dem Spiel gegen Leipzig. Bleibt der FC Bayern treu. Und der Dennis freut sich, denn die Telekom hat gesagt, wenn er beim Volltreffer die Latte getroffen hat, mein Gott, das war Pech. Aber er bekommt 2 VIP-Tickets von uns für ein Bayern-Heimspiel. Da ist er unser Gast mit den besten Plätzen und allem, was dazugehört. Also, in diesem Sinne, danke, dass ihr da wart. Schöne Ferien an Schülerinnen und Schüler. Bis zum nächsten Mal.
Wir wollten mehr von Anfang an. Das Spiel ist hart, doch wir sind dabei. Für uns zählt einzig der Erfolg. FC Bayern, forever. You can hold the champions of the world.
Hi everyone, hope you're well. Chris Cowlin here. So the full-time whistle has just gone here at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich 4, Tottenham Hotspur 0. And let's be honest, it could have been 10, it could have been 12. Bayern Munich had so many opportunities, so many near misses. Vicario saved us on a couple of occasions, and of course Harry Kane missed a penalty as well. Tottenham Hotspur lacked complete creativity. There was no creativity at all. Richarlison had a couple of shots on target and they were very, very tame, pretty much like backward passes. And it's not good enough, and this squad is not good enough. We are 6 days away from playing PSG in the Super Cup final, and if we put a performance in like we did today, we're going to get absolutely hammered. This is a real call, a real scream to say to the board, sign some players of real quality in this transfer window in the next couple of weeks, because otherwise, if we don't, this is going to be a very, very tough season. It is going to be a huge struggle. And of course, as Tottenham Hotspur fans, we do not want to see a repeat of the league season last year, 22 league defeats. I know, of course, it finished in success of winning the Europa League, but we do not want another league season like last year. We have heard many times from the board members and Thomas Frank that we want to be able to compete on all fronts. We are a million miles away right now.
Thomas Frank is here with us. Thomas, a tough night for us today. What did you think of the way the game panned out?
Obviously playing a very good team tonight. Bayern, in my opinion, are one of the teams that probably are favourites to win the Champions League. They hit a good level. We didn't hit a good level. That's a bad combination. We will definitely learn from this one. I definitely got some answers that we will look into, and we will calmly reflect on it after the game now and look through it. Also, it seems like we lacked some energy somehow, which we need to find. No team can play without top energy.
We have 6 days until the Super Cup. What does the next week look like as we try to get ourselves ready for that?
No, we will 100% be ready for that game. I'm not in doubt of that. There's 6 days ahead. We will have a normal week for the first time in the last, how can we say, 2 weeks or something like that. With everything just getting down, less travel, energize them, 3-4 good sessions, and then we'll be ready against PSG.
What do you think of pre-season as a whole?
I think as a whole, from start to now, I think overall positive. Of course, it was a negative performance today and a negative result, but overall there's been some really positive performances. You know, the Arsenal one, pretty happy with a lot of bits in the Newcastle one. So that's what the bits we need to look into. Then it's about that consistency in the team and the principle we want to get into the players. That will, take a bit to get up to that level, consistent level we want to. But I'm not in doubt we'll get there.
We've signed João Palhinha on loan this week from Bayern Munich. What do you expect him to bring to our team?
No, I think today you got 45 good minutes into him. So I think that was very positive in many ways, and I'm sure he will help the team.
Any injury concerns coming out of this one, or pretty much as we were?
No, positive also today, no injuries.
And just finally, I know it's a negative one, but we lost James Maddison this week with the injury. How disappointing is that from your perspective? Yeah,
I think it's how can I say, disappointing for but mostly devastating for me, and mainly for Matters that he's out the team. We'll miss him, and no doubt he will miss playing football.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We have another game on Tuesday. And then ultimately the season starts and we need to be ready for it. So there's no excuses from our end. We just have to go full gas and see what happens.
Special game for you since it was the first in Bayern colours?
Yeah, I think so. It's always, when you spend the majority of your career in one place and have so many memories and see, of course it's a mixed emotions. But like I said there, I think once I'm on the pitch, nothing changes and nothing changes from their side either. They want to win, we want to win. But yeah, I think after just being in their change room and seeing a lot of old friends, it's good to catch up. But that's the way football is. You move on and life moves fast, and sometimes you won't see each other for many years. Luckily I was able to catch up with a few there. But in football, strange things happen. We might end up playing them again this year. You just have to take it as it comes.
Do you remember the last penalty you missed?
I do. And it was a long time ago, but I don't know if pre-season counts, but we'll, hopefully it's the first of another run I can go on now, like I did last time. And you live and learn, and like I said, I'm happy it happened in this type of game rather than a league game or a Champions League.
Harry, Son was the last player of that Champions League final team you were a part of that's left Tottenham. Do you have any words to say about him leaving?
Yeah, no, massive congratulations to him and his career at Tottenham. First and foremost, a great person. I've got to know him really well as a friend, and just how humble he is and how good a guy he is. And then as a player, we had one of the best partnerships I think in especially Premier League history. So we just had that connection that we loved playing with each other on the pitch. So it's a great way for his Tottenham career to end, to lift that trophy with the team. Last year was very special for him, and a memory that he'll cherish. And now it's a new chapter for him. He'll go to LA, and I wish him all the best, and I hope to see him soon, and we can catch up.
And you've played with Maddison before with England and one game with Tottenham. How do you feel about his injury? Is he going to be out?
Yeah, gutted for him, to be honest. I spoke to him earlier, and he's obviously gutted, and Yeah, I love Madison as a person. I love him as a player. So unfortunate to have that injury and then come back and do it again. So just sending best wishes to him. Obviously, I'll catch up with him personally anyway. But gutted for him. But he just has to stay strong and be ready for the comeback next year.
And finally, will you be watching Spurs this season?
Always.